Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button for post notifications. Before we get started, let's take a look at Bitcoin, ETH, see what's going on. Um, it looked like Bitcoin went up to like 113, back up to 113. Now it slightly came back to 110. We got Ethereum back below 4,300. Fear and greed is at 44. Altcoin index 49,100. All right, it looked like the total crypto market, it kind of dipped a little bit, but I'm seeing some altcoins starting to like really pump, man. I've been watching, even though Bitcoin and ETH is kind of flat a little bit, it's slightly, dipped down. I'm seeing alts, really start to, take off and do their thing. Okay, take a look at XRP 293. We got Solana at 212. All right. But anyways, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button for post notifications. You'll see more videos like these. But anyways, I wanted to get to the elephant in the room. What is going on with Sora XR? I've been watching it for the last few weeks. I'm gonna be, just to be, honest and transparent, over the last few months, it's been looking horrible. I get it. They printed more tokens, just like people said, but that's how it goes when projects like these, when the price goes down, more tokens are going to come on the scene. That's just how it works. As the price goes back up, tokens that get burned. That's how this works. If you don't, if you've been under a rock or if you're new to crypto, or whatever. But we got a little pump today. We look like we pumped over about what 40 something percent. Looking at Dex tools, we went all the way down to like 17 zeros. Actually, let me look at that on the CoinGecko right quick to look at the 24-hour range. All right, so we hit a low of 17 zeros 38, and we're at 17 zeros 69. Dex tools is showing 73, 17 zeros 73. That's what Dex tools is showing. Okay, that's the correct price, 17 zeros 73. All right, so yeah, we're up over. Okay, CoinGecko shows we're up over 54% for the last 24 hours, but Dex tools is showing 38. I'm going to go by what CoinGecko, because I think Dex tools there's a lag on their price, whatever. I think there's a lag on the price on Dex tools, so I'm gonna go with Gecko. But anyways, like I said, this is definitely one of those gamble lottery ticket plays. Um, right now our liquidity is at 2,000 liquidity. We actually went under 2,000 liquidity yesterday. I was like, wow, that looks horrible. We're at a 75,000 market cap, but you're looking at this like, what does this mean? It means that uh, you know as far as what they're doing behind the scenes, the devs, whatever Nakamoto, whatever his name is, I'm not sure if they're going to be getting like global investors or what exactly they're doing behind the scenes. It's just a mystery. But the only thing I knew as far as their roadmap is, you know, the, they're working with the central banks for the CBDCs. They got Cambodia and the Solomon Islands in their test net. So, like I said, what they're doing with the actual project of Sora, it doesn't really correlate with the price. Obviously, the price of tokenomics. Obviously, the price in tokenomics is way out of whack right now. I get it. It looks horrible. But what a lot of people need to understand is that sometimes with actual project in the tokenomics, the price of tokenomics, it doesn't really go hand in hand, or it doesn't really correlate like that. That's what people need to understand. But on paper, it seems like this is a decent project. What they're doing, they already got two countries in testnet, and we got to pay attention to between like November and 2026. I believe euro. They're going to be coming out with a digital dollar for the euro or digital euro. So and and we see what's going on with the stable coins, and I believe they got a stable coin called the KUSD or something like that connected to Polkadot, because we know that this project Sora, this blockchain is also connected to Polkadot as like a side chain or something like that. Then it's that, they have like the Fearless wallet and all that, the Sora debit card. Sora also have their own wallet, the Sora wallet and all that. I got it downloaded, but on paper, it seemed like this is they're they're building over there. They got the Sora debit card. They got that. I've talked about that in the past. And more countries are able to get the Sora debit card, and I guess it's linked to like a global bank or something like that. The Sora debit card. So we see where this technology is going. with DeFi, with with global, liquidity, global liquidity and all that. And then then we also got the stable coins going on. A lot of blockchains are going to have their own stable coins and all that. But anyways, like I said, it looks like here we're up about 54% for the last 24 hours. Let's see if we can get. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. But I just want to say this. The other day, yesterday, I was looking at my wallet, my Coinbase wallet, and for some strange reason, it it showed that Sora was up over 8,000%. Even though it really wasn't up over 8,000%, I was thinking, why is it showing that the XR is up over 8,000%? Maybe that's what's getting ready to happen. You know, it's like sometimes they let you know what's getting ready to happen before it even happens, if you know what I mean. But I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting. In a wallet that showed it was up over eight. It could have been a glitch. It obviously was some type of glitch, but it did show that it was up over 8,000% in the wallet briefly. It showed it briefly, but like I said, it could have been a glitch, or the wallet was letting me know ahead of time, like this is what's getting ready to happen. You get ready to go on a massive, do a massive pump, which is I definitely feel that this is coming for XR. I definitely feel it's coming. Um, okay, Dexter shows that we're up over 52% right now. But if you've been loading up on XR over the last several months, um, you know, we're gonna see what happens. Like I said, me myself, I think I'm holding about six cotillion myself. Um, Eventually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get up to 10 cotillion. I'm gonna get up to 10 and stop right there. Especially while we're at 17 zeros. The fact that we're still at 17 zeros, this is the perfect opportunity to just get excuse my French, to get a shitload of Sora. One of my subscribers said that he's at 50 Satillion. I was like, whoa, that's a big bag. This thing loses like even two zeros. But at the end of the day, like I said before, it's going to come down to liquidity. It's definitely going to come down to liquidity. Um, for this project, we're going to have to get some type of investors, and obviously we're going to need a few whales to come in. Definitely, we're going to need at least about between 3 to 4 whales to come in to help pump liquidity back in. But I believe that between I'll say between now and like 2026, we just got to sit back and and really pay attention to what's going on, because a lot of crypto projects are getting mass adoption with the different blockchains. And there was another thing I wanted to mention here. Um, Forgot what I was going to mention. It was something else. Um, Hold on, just 1 second. Oh yeah, the Sora V3. That's what I wanted to mention. Okay, that's what I meant. The Sora V3, or the version 3. They've been working on this for a while, and we're going to see what's going to happen with that. They're doing their network upgrade. So yeah, this is one of those plays. Um, Definitely wasn't overnight. I've already said it. Hey, I'm writing this project to the end. I'm definitely writing this to the end. And it's going to be very interesting where we're going to be at in 2026. It's going to be very interesting. But either way it goes, none of this is financial advice or whatever. I've never told anybody to buy Sora. If you bought Sora, you can't complain now. Hey, you bought it on your own. I never told nobody to buy Sora. I only can tell you what I'm doing, and I'm invested, man, and I will be buying more. I will be getting more, add to my already like 6 satillion or whatever. But anyways, it's gonna be very interesting what's gonna happen in 2026. I Deep down inside, I feel that this project is gonna, as far as the tokenomics, the price and tokenomics, I feel that this is going to eventually one day turn around. Of course, their roadmap looks pretty good. What they're doing with the actual project, we know that DeFi is the future, where you could be your own bank. Also, Sora, they support self custody of crypto. That's another thing they support. Being sovereign and free. And supporting self custody, where you could become your own bank. That's where a lot of this is going. You know, where retail can finally become their own bank, cut the middleman out, you know, and going back to the original principles of blockchain and crypto. But anyways, that's my update on XR Sora. You know, but this little pump we got today. This is just the beginning. It was only gonna be a matter of time we got a little pump. Because we're way oversold. We're definitely, when I look at XR, we're the most oversold crypto. Definitely the most oversold crypto. Coming from like back in 2021, this project was at 900 over $900 a coin. Now we're at what 5 years later, almost 5 years later, we're at 17 zeros. I've never seen a project like this. Never seen nothing like this before. This could, I can't say for sure, but this could possibly be an opportunity, of a lifetime. But anyways, um, thanks everybody for tuning in. That is my update on XR. Okay, let's look at the wallet holders. We're at 24,000. Look like we're almost at 25,000 holders. Our wallet holders are going up, man. In fact, yeah, we're almost at 25,000 holders. Um, but like I said, it's going to come down to the right here, the liquidity. But I do feel one day this liquidity is going to go is going to be a lot higher than what it is now. Come like 2026 and beyond. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button for post notifications. Also, the link is going to be at the bottom left for the if you'd like to join my private Patreon group. If you're new to the channel and you want to be able to see more content that's not going to be on a regular channel, like I'm covering low cap utility gems, meme coins. We got our 24/7 chat group going on over there. We got our chat group over on Patreon, and I'm going to be covering more projects as well. And yeah, if you want to, you can also DM me over there on Patreon. Yeah, if you got some courses for me, or you need some advice or whatever. Like I said, I'm not a financial advice, but I could try to steer you in the right direction. Come on over, sign up for Patreon. The link will be at the bottom left, and you won't be disappointed. Only 15 bucks. We're a growing community over there on Patreon. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's go Soronauts. I'm definitely not giving up. I'm staying locked and loaded and, adding more. But let's go, all the Soronauts out there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.